Baruch Hashem, we begin another 5 minutes of tefillah as we wrap up this absolutely fabulous sefer. And yesterday we learned, as we titled, no two snowflakes are the same, no two tefillos are the same. And we learned the piercing words of Rav Chaim Volozhin in the Nefesh HaChaim, as he taught us, Ma'uvas lo yuchal litkon. Something that is crooked, that cannot be fixed, is what? Is a lost and missed out tefillah. And we're going to see today how far this goes. The Shimshon Pincus continues that not only if you miss the tefillah is that entity going to never come back, we have to realize that the place, the makoim of the tefillah as well is similar. And we mentioned yesterday how it's often common when you're not in your right place and you're not in your shul and you're not in your perfect surroundings, that the typical thought process is, okay, we'll get it tomorrow. Says Shimshon Pincus, this is wrong on just so many levels. And he says, let's go into the depth of this. You're middle of a trip and you want to daven, beautiful. And you even maybe find a minyan, givaldik. But often, what is playing in the back of your mind? You made the effort, you davened, you found the minyan, but you know what's playing in the back of your mind? And he says, even a Ben Torah's mind, he's misnachim, he consoles himself. What's the thought that he consoles himself with? Okay, tomorrow I'll be back in yeshiva. Tomorrow I'll be back in my shul. Tomorrow I'll get an appropriate mincha. At least I davened a little bit today. Says Shimshon Pincus. Can you imagine if you're standing in a tefillah of a mincha on Yom Kippur and you tell yourself, okay, no, there's mincha again tomorrow. There's mincha tomorrow. It's Yom Kippur today. Says Shimshon Pincus, what are we learning from the Nefesh HaChaim? That each and every tefillah is unique and specific. Not only specific to the tefillah, but he's taking this one step deeper, that it's specific to the place that you are in. And he says, you know what? In the Galgel Hashanah, in the way that the year rolls on to each other. There's Rosh Hashanah today. There'll be another Rosh Hashanah next year. There's Yom Kippur today. There'll be another Yom Kippur next year. Says Shimshon Pincus, in a way, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, those days will come back. But today, where you're standing in that random shul, at that interesting rest stop, with a group of people in the office, that specific location will never come back. Says Rav Pincus, that's what the Nefesh HaChaim is teaching us. And he says it's true that it's a very deep thought. It's a thought that you can only say with Ruach HaKodesh. But he says we have to realize that there are tikkunim, there are things to fix in the upper realms of the world. As we mentioned yesterday, how the tefillah soars up into the heavens and it makes the world be able to exist. But that is unique as well to each and every place. And he concludes this section by teaching us that we know the famous Gemara in Yuma, Daf Pei Vav, Rabbeinu Yonah speaks about it at length, that if one doesn't have Eiram, that the way to do tshuva is to be back at the same place, in the same time, posed with the same temptation, and not succumb. That's a real tshuva, because you had it all set up for yourself, and you prevailed. Says Rav Shimshon Pincus, you know what we could perhaps see as a remez alluded to in the depth of this Gemara? That you need precisely to be back in that place. Because if you're not in that place, it's not exactly the same. Only when you're in the exact same place, and that means in all the world, in all the spheres, everything is set up in the exact same way, now you could do tshuva on that which was. And that's what we're bringing out over here, that when it comes to tefillah, it's the same way. That when you're in one specific place, that place has its specific tikkunim, has its unique things that need to be fixed and need to be bettered. And therefore, The next time repose with a quick tefillah here or there. And instead of consoling ourselves, saying, okay, we'll get it tomorrow, let's realize, Adarabah, precisely the opposite. Maybe particularly in this unique place, this is where we need to have kavanah. To have kavanah in our shul, to have kavanah in yeshiva, to have kavanah when you're in the right place, that's one level. But to have kavanah when you're in a different place, that is precisely what is necessary. So not only are no two snowflakes the same and no two tefillos are the same, but even deeper, the place that you daven is so critically unique. And we need to elevate those sparks of holiness in each and every place. B'siyata dishmaya.